we obviously have a traitor in Commie and Razor. Weed must be legal where he's living right now.
They score! McDavid to Crosby to McKinnon, and it's 1-0 Canada.
I'm going over to the Waste Management today, the golf tournament for the Saturday. 100% I'm going to see a bunch of guys there. No question.
Yeah.
That's a good take.
They're
going to
be there just plowing them back. Yeah.
Can you send me a picture later of your hair by the end of the day?
Okay.
And your shirt.
Okay.
Put your Masters shirt on. Last time we hung out at a golf course, you had the same shirt on from the Masters for 3 days.
That's right. That is true.
Marty, we should point out, hey, this Commie here, as Commie just alluded to in a recent episode, this is good for business, Commie. You were explaining to us that the hair out, being back, the mane has been good for business.
His new real job. It helps him.
Yeah, real job, Barney. Yeah. I mean, I'm still at $0 sold. Don't get me wrong. But it's a little easier to open up the doors in Canada with my longer hair. I got to be honest. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get off the schneid and make some money, but we'll see.
I think you just taser your hair before you go out.
That's a good point.
What's the old saying? What 1% of a lot is a lot, and
that's right.
1% of nothing is nothing.
It's nothing.
There's math. Okay, give me your gold, silver, bronze predictions here. How does this play out at the Olympics? Commie, you can go first.
I'll lead it off.
Gold, silver, bronze.
I was looking at this all morning. I'm going to go. At the end of the day, I just don't trust the Canadian goaltending. So gold, I'm going to go with the Americans. Silver, I'm going to go Canada. And then bronze, you know what? I got Sweden and Czech written down here. I want to pick Sweden, but I'm going to go with the Czechs because I think the Czechs are hot. So I'll go with it. So USA, Canada, Czech for me. Final answer. Purely on the goaltending. I hate picking against Connor McDavid, but the Americans got some good players too. And for me, at the end of the day, I think goaltending is hugely important. And I like those American goaltenders better than I like Canada.
Razor.
All right, so I'm expecting something chaotic to happen in that we don't get Canada-US in the finals. Now, I haven't really decided. It's hard for me to pick which team doesn't get in. So I'm going to lean towards Canada getting into the gold medal game. And the fact that they don't have to play Team USA means that they're going to win gold. So I got Canada winning gold. I've got Sweden winning silver. I think the Swedes are going to find their way through. They'll be the upset team. And then I have Team USA beating Germany, let's say, in the bronze medal game. I don't think we're getting Canada-US. That's what I feel most sure about. The Canada and the US, who wins the gold, I'm not so sure.
Barney?
Well, we obviously have a traitor in Commie and Razor. Weed must be legal where he's living right now. So I'm not a traitor. I do worry about the goaltending because you can go to Binnington. He's going to start. He has not been very good. He wasn't very good last year, and they found a way to win. Obviously, the Four Nations. I'm going Canada, even though betting-wise, I don't think they're the right play. I think the U.S., with where they are betting-wise, it is the play. It's the best value to win the gold. But I'm going to go Canada because I just can't bet against Crosby, McKinnon, and McDavid. I just can't bet against them. Cale Makar on the back end. I don't think their goaltending is top 3 in the tournament, but I think their forwards are the best, and Cale Makar plays 30 minutes a night. So I'm going to go with Canada against U.S. U.S. is deep. They got good goaltending. Werenski's having a hell of a year. They have such great forwards as well. I just think the smaller ice is going to play into the North Americans, and I'm going chalk. Sweden, I think they're a very talented team, but I think with a smaller rink, if it was an Olympic ice, I might actually pick them to win gold. They're that talented. But I'm going to go with them for the bronze. So that's exactly how the betting trends go. Canada's favorite, USA second, and Sweden third. I'm going to go chalk.
Okay. I like it. Razor, I do find your hypothetical and something squirrely going down to kind of play out how this would ultimately we don't get Canada US. Commie, I'm lining up with you. Although I do think Czechia could wind up where I think they might even find a way to kind of sneak into that, kind of going back to 1998 with your old buddy there, Barney. But
Yeah.
I've got US, Canada, Czechia, I think 1, 2, 3 for gold, silver, bronze.
Hey,
So
how good was Czechia in the World Juniors? What a difference that country has made. And I remember '98 when Dom won it and how pumped they were. Listen, it's great for hockey that we have more countries that are contending for gold and beating the likes of Canada, the United States. It's just better. It's not like watching women's where it's States versus Canada in the final. Why even play the tournament? Just invite 2 teams.
And that's why I have that idea. Like, think about how much better Team Germany is than they were 12 years ago.
Yeah.
They've got Stützle, Draisaitl, Grubauer. That's a real team. Slovakia, the same thing. Czechia, you've got David Pasternak's a super. Like, these teams are better on the bottom half, which is going to cause something weird to happen. Whether it's just the draw where you end up getting Canada, US in the quarterfinals, it'll just kind of make things random and weird. I really think that because of the bottom half.
So many different ways to go down. Look here, the Olympics are underway. The Winter Games are going on in Milan Cortina, and I want to get some preliminary thoughts before we kind of dive into the predictions. Razor, Olympic thoughts. It's finally here for all the shit talking that we've talked about, the arena not being ready. It's ready. And it looks like it's fine. It looks like the ice is all right. It looks like they're going to play these games. Here we go. So I don't know if it was just us media alarmists ramping it up, but whatever the case, here we go. The teams are there. Draisaitl's walking out waving the flag. You're seeing the players for the opening ceremonies. How do we feel about it finally hitting this moment?
Yeah, I'm excited to see what it looks like. Again, so Barney and I were sitting together watching Canada-US last year when the fights went down. We were sitting in Brockville, Ontario, hanging out on the weekend. So that was quite the scene. Him and I emceeing the event. Just giving it to Maisie. That's the
had a couple cocktails, boys.
Yeah.
We
I can see it. I can see it.
Brock Vegas.
Brock Vegas got the best of all of us. And so it's not going to be that, right? Like, I think that's it's not going to be that. It's not going to be that Saturday night with the 3 fights. We're just not. It's just going to be different than that. But I'm curious, all the other teams, the Czechias, the Germans, the Swiss, the Slovak, like what that whole thing looks like, and seeing NHL guys carrying flags out. You mentioned Leon, David Pastrnak did the same for Czech. Like, the league's in such a better place than it was 12 years ago when they did this last. I'm really curious where hockey goes from here, but I don't have a good sense of what it's going to look like, guys. I'm curious to hear you guys' opinion because I can't picture it right now. It's been so long that what this really looks like, because I know it's not going to be 4 nations.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pure. It's not going to be 4 nations just purely on the fact. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure we got IHF rules, right? So if they pull that off at the beginning of the game, thanks.
There'll be no one left.
Here's your 3-game suspension. I'm excited to watch it. Obviously, I'm in the middle. I love watching it. I think Olympic hockey, when you have the best players in the world, I think it's incredibly fun to watch. I also see the other side of it. Like, I got a little golf thing with Ken Holland starting on Monday, and he's going to say, like, yeah, and he does love it, but also you're sitting there watching, you're like, oh, especially let's say when he was with Edmonton, for instance, you got Connor McDavid out there. You're like, yeah, play well, but please don't get hurt. But in saying that, you are playing for your country. God, I was kind of hoping for some catastrophes in that arena. I mean, I still got my fingers crossed for like the bathrooms not working for the patrons. So it's something like that. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to be watching, as many of the games as I can. And it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out for sure.
Catastrophe would be if you can't get a beer, because I heard the concession stands might not be ready. That's a catastrophe.
That's a catastrophe.
Hey, shit your pants all you want, but give me a beer.
Good point, Barney.
Give me a beer. Listen, I'm excited to see best on best anytime. I can go back to the 84 Canada Cup Rendezvous. Those are the best memories I have of best on best. Listen, I didn't, until I moved, like when I moved to the States in Buffalo when I was 20 years old, everyone's talking like the 1980 Olympics. I had no clue what they were talking about. I didn't know what the miracle was.
Yeah.
Like, I had no clue. And, the Immaculate Reception, I know that because I followed NFL, but we never followed the Olympics because it wasn't the best on best. Canada didn't send, the NHL players didn't go. Now, anytime we get to see Connor McDavid, Cale Makar, Nathan McKinnon, Sidney Crosby on the same team, it's amazing. I just hope, and this always runs through my mind, imagine Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are racing for a puck, and one guy finishes on the other, and they're out the rest of the year.
Oh my God.
That's like my biggest fear for any team, any general manager, and how they must just gas when they see their players. But I'm excited for it. I love best on best. I'm curious to see this rink. I think it favors the North Americans because it's a little bit smaller. It's not an Olympic ice. When you start looking at the odds, and we talk about that a lot, and betting odds, we all like to bet. I think it favors the North Americans more than ever for this.